Today we're talking about three of the most important mindset shifts that I've had to get me out of the rut and move forward towards my goals. My name is Jared Cooper, just a regular guy trying to live the life that he wants, and I'm recording it so that hopefully you can get some value from seeing this journey. But number one is complete and total accountability. I'm the kind of person that believes that there is nothing that can stand between me and my goals. Provided that I can put enough time, energy, and effort into something, there's nothing that can slow me down. So because of that, everything that I allow to stop me, everything that I allow to kind of hinder me or make me pivot away from my goals is completely and totally up to me because that's a choice. Now, that's a fundamental thought process that before you can own any kind of goal, you need to own your own actions. You need to own all the outcomes. If you're quick to blame the situation for the outcome, then you've taken the locus of control away from yourself. If you've taken the locus of control away from yourself, it becomes harder and harder to reason why you should work so hard for things. If the outcome is completely controlled by me, then there's never a point where I shouldn't be working towards it because my everything that I put in determines what I can get out. Now that you've had the fundamental mindset shift of owning all of your actions and owning the outcomes, now let's get some tips as to how you can make that sustainable. So the first thing that you should do is choose a good goal, right? This goal is typically going to be a hybrid of something that you are good at and something that you are interested in. But something that makes the goal even better is if it's tied to something that's bigger than yourself. To give you an example, the reason why I'm making these videos is because I've had experiences in my own family, in my own life, where I've noticed that people not feeling fulfilled, people not being happy with themselves and the lives that they're living is one of the biggest things that can cause tension. I know the toll that they can have on the individual. I know the toll that they can have on people's relationships. And I want to do my part to make sure that the people watching these videos get some kind of benefit so that they don't have to experience the things that I've seen. That's bigger than me. That's a goal that's worth pursuing. And at the end of the day, when I get tired, when I don't want to do this anymore, when I don't want to set up my phone or my camera and record a video, I know that I'm not just doing it for me, I'm doing it for something bigger than myself. The second tip is set your daily standards. What must you do to achieve your goal, and what must you avoid to not achieve your goal? Those things need to be perfectly clear and they need to be perfectly tailored to you. I know for me, one of the things that I must do every morning is I must go on a walk. I must go on a little walk every morning because that centers myself. It's a good time to think. It's where I came up with this video idea. Along with that, I must do some kind of recording every day. I must do some kind of work towards producing another video every single day. I might not have to post every day, but I have to put in some kind of work to do that. Those are just some of the small rules that I have for myself to make sure that I'm staying on track, because otherwise it would be very easy to drift and move with the next kind of with whatever I feel in that moment is the right thing to do. Along with this, there has to come some flexibility because you can't set a rule in the very, very beginning where you're still kind of ignorant to all the things that you will need to achieve your goal, but then never been and not be adaptable once you have more information. That's the thing that I'm still learning and something that I'm still growing in because my rules have changed so very, very, very often. I started with a complete morning routine that took about an hour to do, and then I learned very, very quickly, like, hey, if I do that, I'm not going to have the energy or the focus to really do the work that I need to do. Now, once you set your goal and you have your standards, you need to make sure that you hit those every single day. Your standards should not be so far out. Like every week you should do this, every month you should do that. Those are good, but you should be able to boil them down to the day so that you can hit your standards every single day. And at that point, you have owned your goal. The second mindset shift that I've had is their opinions don't matter. I think it's very important to know who is really in your ear because whoever you allow to influence you, you've given power over your goals. And you need to be very careful who you give that power to. So let's boil down what an opinion actually is, specifically a criticism or a negative opinion, right? I heard Alex Hormozy say that negative opinions can all be boiled down to this person is living my life in such a way that I do not prefer. And when you think about it like that, it becomes very, very clear. I say that I don't like what you're doing. I don't think that you should pursue this goal. The goal that you've chosen is something that I do not prefer. But that has absolutely nothing to do with you, especially if I'm the kind of person that I'm not willing to support you, I'm not willing to support your goal, and I'm not willing to support your pursuit of those goals. If you already have your outfit picked out for the day and I walk up to you and I say, hey, I would prefer if you wear purple, you wouldn't listen to me at all. Because who am I to say that? And it's the same thing when it comes to your goals. Now, there are instances where there are people who support you, but they might not support your specific goal, or they might support you and your goal, but they might not support the way that you choose to go about your goal. Now, this is a bit different. In these cases, right, when people express that, hey, the goal that you are pursuing, I support you, but the goal that you are pursuing or the way that you are going to pursue this goal is not in line with my preferences, then that can be something where, because they support you, they might have valid reason to feel the way that they do. And because they might have valid reason stemming from the fact that they do care about you, right, then it's your responsibility to be present and listen to them. Parents are a good example of this. With my parents specifically, they want me to be successful. They support me, right? But this goal of making videos, they don't fully see how it could pan out and be something that I do in the long run. And because of that, they have their opinions like, hey, maybe I shouldn't focus as much attention on this. I should focus on something else. I should focus harder on school, yada yada yada, all those things. And I've listened to it. I've listened to it and I've thought about it, and I've decided that, hey, school is not the primary route that I want to go right now. That's not what I want to do. I can't tie that to something that's bigger than me when it came to choosing my goal. So now I didn't listen to that. But there will be other cases where people have your ear, people who support you disagree with what it is that you're doing, and you have to be able to be present and listen and evaluate what it is that they're saying. And when I say be present, I mean, you know when you're being stubborn, you know when you're being emotional, and you need to be able to be in tune enough with yourself to recognize that and make sure that you are minimizing the effects of that so that you can really listen and really think about what the person is saying. And that transitions me into number 3, which is think less. I'm the kind of person that suffers from, analysis paralysis, overthinking a little bit. If I'm weighing between two options, I'll sit and I will make the smallest factors in each option the biggest factors and let those stop me from making a decision in a timely manner, or at least it will delay my decision making process. And one of the things that I'm learning very quickly is that I am still in the equation, right? I don't just have to evaluate option A or option B. I have to evaluate, if I choose option A, will I be able to make this work? If I choose option B, will I be able to make this work? And the answer is always yes, because there are no obstacles that can stop you between you and your goal, coming from the complete accountability that we had earlier. The biggest thing with this is getting your reps in, building up your confidence so that even when you make a decision and you might not have thought it all the way through, you might not have overanalyzed in the same way that you overanalyze everything else. But as you do that more and as you get that repetition in, you should be able to realize that, hey, regardless of these small factors that I would have normally overthought about, I still was able to achieve my goal. That gives you confidence. And as you get more and more confidence, you start to think less and less and less, which helps you get even more confidence, and it just compounds. And from that point, you'll start to think less, and you might start to see some of the progress that you've been wanting to see at a much faster rate. These are 3 of the mindset shifts that have been helping me get out of my rut, helping me find my trajectory, and I wanted to share them with you today. Once again, my name is Jared Cooper, just a regular guy, living life, trying to find the life that I want to live, and I'm recording it so that hopefully you'll be able to find the same thing. If you get any value out of this video, please like and subscribe. I'll catch y'all in the next one.